Hi guys, welcome back. So this year I told you guys on my Instagram that I would really like to produce more quality video content. So today my team and I actually planned this really special content for you guys. So let me introduce you my very special guest, Stacy. She's actually my intern. Hi, say hi.
Hi!
Yeah, so what are we doing today, Stacy?
Okay, so today I've prepared a few questions for you according to your latest giveaway post.
Yep. So
yes.
yes, so remember previously I ran a giveaway giving out 7 volts ang pao. So I asked you guys a really simple question. I say, hey, what are the things that you want to see more from my platform, or what kind of content you want to see more from me lah? So I received a few comments, so I told Stacy and Jen behind the camera, she's not here, like she's there. I told them that can you help me to compile some of the categories of the questions, and ultimately we realized that hey, why not we just do a very simple Q&A first before we really plan out the content, so I can plan my Instagram posting, right? Yeah, so how should we do this?
Okay, so let's just start. I'll ask you the first question. So everybody know you as this very cheerful person, whether it's online, offline, you're the same person.
Am I?
Yeah, you are. So people want to know, like how do you get to your current state? Were you always like that?
I think growing up I have always been very extrovert lah. So I think when I was young, I always think that I'm like super sampat and stuff like that. I remember when I was in primary school, I'm like the 周会十一 one. Yeah, I was the girl doing all that thing lah. And I think one thing is that I never see it as my strength. Yeah, I always thought that people are smarter, people are musically inclined, like my videographer here behind, he can really dance and stuff like that. So I actually didn't know that it was a gift or a talent lah. But eventually when I grew up a little bit, I start to realize that being able to communicate is a strength, and I embraced it. And of course, when I embraced it, I become happier. So I embrace my extrovertness plus being happy. I guess that's why I always seem to be a little bit more cheerful lah.
Yeah. Especially in this world of like, there's a lot of negativity, toxic. So especially being like an online person, so how do you deal with like haters, or like what are your thoughts about it?
We often blame the world, saying that the world is toxic, the world is negative. But don't you realize that the world is made up by you and me? So it's just humans are just generally toxic and negative, not because they want to, but it's because of a lot of underlying issues like insecurities, and also we need a lot of self-worth and stuff like that lah. I mean, we can leave that to another day. But I think for me, how do I really deal with haters is I always tell myself that these people that are behind closed doors are usually the one that is suffering the most. Because when you hate on something, means you actually hate on yourself. Hate is like a feeling that you cannot produce if you don't have it. Am I making sense? Yeah. So usually people that hates you, right, they are actually like a mirror hating about themselves. So I forgive them, and it doesn't affect me much really, because I genuinely love my life, and I feel that I have people that really love me. So I wouldn't let people that I don't know affect my life lah. That's just stupid. Sorry.
So do you have any advice for the younger one to like how to develop this kind of mindset to overcome like laziness or unproductivity, for them to stay focused?
I think first of all, I procrastinate too. Like, don't be fooled by this green blazer. There are times where I wake up and I don't feel like working. There are times where I wake up and I really don't feel like doing anything as well, because we're only human. We definitely have days where we're just lazy lah. It's normal lah. Where got people wake up like, whoa, I'm gonna conquer the world today. No, I don't feel like that every day. But I feel that your mind is like a frame. You know, like a photo frame? It's like a frame. So you have to really consciously make a decision which frame you want to step into it every single day. So for me, I pick this life ma. I want to run a business, and I love my work, of course. So every day I wake up, despite of how unproductive I might be feeling that day, I snap into this frame and I told myself I want to jump into this state, which is a beautiful state, according to what Tony Robbins always say. Chewa, I'm the biggest fan. So jump into the beautiful state and always start your day with a grateful heart. So yeah, eventually you'll be more positive, and you will be able to take action in whatever you want to do lah.
So the next question is, I think this is the most, like people are the most curious about. So you are a boss. You are a wife.
I'm your boss.
Yeah, you're my boss. You're a wife also, and also you're a daughter. So there's a lot of area in your life, right? So how do you allocate your time
Time
to
lah.
all these areas?
I think one thing I need to always tell my friends or even people that ask me questions like this, right? There is no balance in life. But wait, don't get me wrong. I don't mean no balance means you have to sell your life for your work or sell your life for your friend or sell your life to one love of your life. No, I don't mean that. Don't take my word out of context. I feel no balance in the sense that everyone are given 24 hours a day. Alright? And we have more than 10 areas in our life we have to work on. I just named a few. You have to work, right? I have a husband, marriage. I have my dad, family. I have entertainment, right? Social life. I have friends. And then I have church. And then I need to go fitness, be healthy. And then what else? I need to have entertainment in my mental. I need to go shopping. I need to go massage. And what about traveling? And what about social contribution? And what about giving back to the society? There's more than 10 areas in your life. And you are telling me you want balance? Impossible. So life is not about finding balance. Life is really about integrating. So one example, right, that I really like is I like spending time with my friends and my loved ones. So once in a while, I will do double date. I invite people over my house. So I get to spend time with my husband. And I be lovey-dovey with my husband. But I also get to spend time with my friends. So I kill two birds in one stone. Or, for example, I love food I love food, right? I like eating. So eating to me is like my favorite hobby. I invite my family to go to a very nice omakase. So I kill two birds in one stone. I'm spending time with my loved ones, but I'm also doing my hobby. So it's about integrating your life and not having balance I can tell you those people who want to say that I want balance in life, I tell you really mind my words, it's impossible. If you start wanting balance in your life, you will find yourself really suffocating. Impossible one. It's just integrating your life. Yeah, and integrate based on your priority. Everyone have different priorities.
You're a Christian, right? So people also want to know, like how do you spend time with God on your daily or weekly basis and to maintain that kind of relationship?
Yeah, I'm actually very curious, guys. When I post that giveaway, right? Some of you actually, I think 5 or 6 of you actually asked, how is your walk with God, or what are your relationship like with God? I mean, yeah, this is my faith. So I'm actually really excited. I can talk about this 3 days, 3 nights, but I'll keep it short. I didn't know there are people that is interested. I think for me, to really simplify it, is that my relationship with God is like a relationship with my loved ones. It's like my husband's, it's like me and my husband of course in a more spiritual level. So frankly speaking, I create a set of discipline. So definitely I do not compromise in going to church. I go to church, and obviously I go to cell group in a closer community. So this is where my journey with God is strengthened, and I get to read the Bible, I get to learn the Word of God, I get to communicate with a bunch of people that are sharing the same faith. So these are the few things that I often allocate So you can see in my calendar, right, my cell group and my church is definitely locked already one. Unless it's really super urgent that I have to work or family have some stuff, then I will not go but that's my priority. And of course, on top of that, talking about this faith thing, right, it's really about building a relationship. Yeah, so for me, I try my best to be mindful that whatever I'm doing every single day, I will seek Him first. In that sense that I will ask Him questions. So like, hey, hi God, how's my day gonna be today? I just submit everything to your hands, and I pray that whatever you want me to do, you will lead me, and that's the kind of thing So constantly, actively, mindfully having the conversation with Him. I think this is one thing that I do it very, very often.
So how do you actually started your business?
This 7 Vault.
Yes, 7 Vault. And how do you decided you want to get out of employment and just run your own business?
I think to begin with, remember just now I shared with you, since young, I'm like the extrovert, I'm like the very sampat, what do you call that? Like the girl right? So I guess over the years, I've always known that I want to be able to run my own thing. There are a lot of layers to this but I guess one very real, something that's very deep in my heart one is I didn't come from a very perfect family, and so since young I was taught the value of money in a hard way I started working when I was 13 years old because my dad and my mom, they don't really give me a lot of money. I just knew that if I want money, I have to work So eventually when I started working at such a young age, right, I realized that making money is really tough. I understood the value of money. So eventually when I grew up, I just told myself I don't want to be binded by a law. because working at 9 to 5 is a law lah, and of course my nature. And I gotta be honest, running a business is very, very tough.
Yeah.
I tell you, entrepreneurship is really not for everybody. I'm not saying this because I'm being boastful, but I can tell you it's very, very tough. There are times when I wake up and I feel that and I hope for, I pray that I'm actually just an employee. I'm telling you the truth. There are so many times that I wish I had a boss, that I don't have to figure out answers myself. But this is the life I chose, So when you choose your path, you gotta stick to it and follow through lah.
Let's be real to the camera.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
ever experienced failure? Or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what
yeah.
is your biggest
Of
experience that you
course.
can share?
Of course.
Everybody, yeah.
Like, come on guys, like I always say this on my Instagram, like whatever you see online, it's just like maximum I give you 30% of the real life.
Yes.
It's definitely, remember I told you about the spectrum of your life? You have 10 areas, entertainment, family, relationship, you get the point, right? Whatever you show online is just maybe maximum 30%. I have so many failures in my life, you cannot imagine. But I think one of my biggest failure was last year, 2019. I shared with you guys on my Instagram. I feel that I came to this point where I was totally lost. I don't like to use the word lost because I feel a lot of people tend to use the word lost as an excuse. Like, I don't know what I want, I'm lost. But I don't mean, I'm not judging, but I guess that time I really felt like I was very stuck. Like I do not know who I am in that sense, because I felt that whatever I was doing doesn't lead me to where I want to go, and I have this underlying emotions in me. It's very hard to, it's very complex to explain, but I guess that part I really felt like a freaking failure. I was like, oh my god, Adele, you work so hard, your dad loves you, you have a good husband, you have a good life, you have good friends, you have money in your bank, you have a good career, and yet you feel like this. Like, why are you so ungrateful? This is the truth. Like, I really look into the mirror and like, Adele, you're so ungrateful. I tried to justify myself and stuff, but I guess that was the point where I really feel like a failure, because I feel like I failed myself. Like, you get me, right? Like why are you like so-called here, but yet you still feel like you are here? And you cannot explain on the feeling. That's why on my Instagram I keep saying that 2019 was a painful year, but I'm out of it already. I went to seek a professional help, and yeah, it's just a train of thoughts. Your thoughts. I tell you, life is 80% psychology, 80% psychology, 20% action. Yeah. So a lot of us always think we want to do action, but the first thing is here. So the moment I change my framework of my thoughts, I feel much better now. Yeah. And of course, come on no one have it all. No one have it all.
So, if you have any advice to give to your younger self, what would you?
My younger self, my younger self, like dear 18-year-old Adele child, like that, is it? I have two answers. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. This is so spontaneous, Stacey. Like, I have two answers, alright? I think the first one is what I would imagine myself to be, because I think in life you have the what if lah. You have the what if in your mind. Yeah. So I think the first, like, hi 18-year-old Adele, right, will be this lah. You should focus on your studies and not party too much, and you really should pursue your studies, because your dad really, really cares for your education, and you should really take the chance to go to your UK and Australia. Like, yeah, you should lah. Yeah, see, I very like 感动 now. So I think the first speech I will talk to my 18-year-old Adele, it will be that. Alright? But I think the real me, I'm not being like politically correct, but I feel that if I really have a word for 18-year-old Adele, is that know that whatever you're feeling right now, one day you're gonna look back and you're gonna thank yourself for that, and you will come out so strong. And when you look back at your life, because now I'm freaking 29, I never regretted every single decision that I made. Never. Because the pain and the struggle and the self-doubt are exactly what led me to where I am today. So if I'm given a chance to relive my life, I tell you, I will take back the exact same path. Yeah, but maybe with the studying abroad, but I don't know if I study abroad, then things might change already. So that's life, I guess.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, very sentimental. Why you suddenly end with
this is the real her.
Yeah, see, very sentimental now. Not thinking 18-year-old, should I go study in Australia or like UK? I didn't by the way. I didn't. I only graduated diploma. I'm not proud, but I feel that a piece of cert should not dictate your future lah. Alright, but there is a part of me that still thinks that what if lah, if I took my degree and masters and whatnot. But that's why I'm learning. I love Tony Robbins. I'm going to his class. Alright, so I think thank you all for watching. This video is going to be super long. If you watch it till here, thank you so much, and leave me at the comment section below if you want to ask me more questions or really interact with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Hey wait! I said I want to invite Jen. Come Jen. So this is Jen that helped me out a lot with Stacey. So okay, we all say bye together, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Bye!